Thank you for clicking on the video. Today, I'm heading out to the auction. I'm gonna show you how I inspect my cars. And if you like content dealing with cars, how to buy them, how to sell them, how to inspect them, consider the subbing to the channel. Now let's ride.
Right away, hard but fair, gonna make your day. Buy a car, rent a car, lease, 1, 2 will take you far. Right away, hard but fair, do it every day. Good people, good deals, 4 good tires and a steering wheel. Sunrise, shining on the highway lane, got dreams in your heart, gotta make that change. Need a car for work, need a car for play, need a ride for the...
All right, now this is a 2019 Malibu right here. I'm gonna check it out and see what it looked like. First thing I do, I walk around the cars. See, now I done noticed right here that you don't need some tires on this one. Those tires look pretty bad. Back tires look good. See, that's a negative sign too right there. Whenever the tires are mixed match, kind of let me know that whoever had this car before wasn't properly taking care of it. All right, got a little scratch right here. Walking around, it's expecting to look. See this? See that? That's a bad sign. So I already know chances are I'm gonna find a lot of stuff wrong with this car because it looked like it haven't been properly maintained. Look, you want to start looking at stuff like this. Whenever you see differential like here, you know it's done been in an accident somewhere. Something done been hit. Okay. Come around here. Look at that. We got roaches in here. See? All right. This is not going to be a good car. I already know right now you got too many red flags. But I'm going to go through it anyway. Back seat look like somebody just been, you know, changing oil right here. Yeah. Seats look terrible. They're going to have to be totally redone. All right. So the first thing that I do, I get in, you know, of course, I'm going to crank the car up. All right, this car did start. No check engine light showing, okay? But that don't mean anything. So I got this checker right here. This OBD reader right here. You always got to have you one of these just to scan because, like, you know, what these dealers out here do is they'll cut the check engine light off, either with one of these or they'll disconnect the battery. And I'm going to show you how you can tell if they've done that. One way how you can tell that they disconnect the battery is first check the clock. Check the time. This time says 8:29. So now I want to see what time it is. It is 8:29. So the time is right. So that pretty much let me know that they did not disconnect the battery. So chances are there is no check engine on this car, right? That's just one way to tell. Then, of course, you always want to look under the hood. First thing I do, I come in here, I take this oil cap off, I look under the bottom of it to make sure that there ain't no, like, milky gunk in there. That's an indication that your head gasket might be blown. But this one looked pretty good. All right. Put that back. I pull the oil stick out, make sure that don't look like milk. It look pretty good. Oil is nice and dirty. I like to see my oil dirty so they let me know you're not trying to hide something. You got to be careful with these cars. You come in, they got brand new oil. Sometimes they're trying to hide those head gases being blown, okay? Then, of course, you always got to look up under it. Make sure you ain't got no rust going on. Look under. Car look pretty good. Look like it don't have any rust on it. All right, so now once I done looked up under the hood and up under the car, make sure we ain't got no rust. Then I start looking for the smaller things, like the mechanics do the windows work. I'll come down, I'll make sure all the windows work. All right, that look pretty good. All right, no sunroof, so we don't have to worry about that. Do the AC work. This is a big thing. We in Florida, I'm in Florida, so AC is a must. I think they should make it a law where everybody got to have AC in Florida, man. Heat strokes is a big thing down here. All right, so I got the AC running. One thing you don't want to do is when you test driving this car, you do not want to have the radio on. I done already checked it to make sure it works. but you do not want to have the radio on. You want to be listening to this engine. All right, now, so before I take off, I always check the motor mounts. How you do that is you hold the brake down, got my foot all the way on the brake, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna throw the car into reverse and drive. I'm gonna keep doing it back and forth to feel the engine shift. If it's something wrong with your motor mounts, you'll feel a hard shift. You'll know if it's wrong. If it's a smooth shift, chances are your motor mounts are good. So I go to reverse first, and then I go to drive. Reverse, let it shift, drive. Reverse, drive. This car is shifting pretty smooth. It's shifting right. You should feel a small shift, not a hard jerk. All right. So now that that's good, let's go ahead and drive this thing. This auction here doesn't have a track. You only can drive it around the lot, which is, you got to watch that too, because you kind of want to get the speed up so you can feel it shift all the way up to at least like 60 miles an hour, you know, but you can't get that fast out here. So we just gonna do what we can. I'm gonna make sure I turn all the way to the right. Pretty good. Turn all the way to the left. Like I said, this car just haven't been taken care of. The engine is pretty good. I mean, it's riding smooth. It's not loud. The AC works. I think this is really a good mechanical-wise car, right? But the cosmetics is bad. The seats are dirty, you know, and I think that might drive off a lot of bidders. But I would bid on this car, you know, because I'll just get the seats redone. I get them totally redone. And maybe I can show you guys that process too. I can bring these dirty seats right here. I can bring these seats back looking brand new. But I like the mechanics on this car. This car is mechanically sound. And that's the main thing. You want to make sure that your car is going to get you from A to B. All right, now next up we have this Hyundai Elantra. Now on this one, they got it CR'd at 4.2, which is great because it only go up to 5.0. So if they say 4.2, that's basically saying that this car is pretty much ready to go. A lot of times you cannot trust that. That's why you have to come to this auction and do your homework. Before I put a car on my lot, I make sure I go through it first, because just looking at that CR sometimes will get you in trouble. A 4.2, it shouldn't be nothing wrong with it. So now let's see, can we find something? All right, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go around. All right, tires, look like they not all that great. Yeah, you're gonna need some tires on this car. All right, but that's still not a deal breaker. Tires are not that bad. I'm gonna go around, make sure we ain't got no accidents, no dents, nothing like that. Okay, see a little dent right here, but that's okay. I mean, this is a 2017, so you know it's gonna be some wear and tear. All right, let's look inside. Seats look a lot better than the last car, I can say that much. All right, gonna need a detail, but that's common out here at the auction. All right, so now what I'm finna do now, I'm gonna show you another way how to check your head gases. Head gases is one of the big things that I look for, because like, you know, your head gases is blown, then chances are you're gonna need another whole engine. So that's like one of the biggest things I look for is the engine and the transmission performance. So I'm gonna show you another way how to check your head gases. Because if it failed the head gasket test, I walk away. All right, so I'm gonna crank the car up. All right, it cranked straight up, okay? And I'm gonna come out immediately. You have to do this while the car is still cold, because you can't do this while the car is hot. I want you to take this cap right here off, right? Take it off immediately. And I want you to look inside. If it's just moving like that, it's fine. The head gases is fine on this car, I already know that. If this thing start bubbling like boiling water right in here, then you know the head gases is blown. That's one way to check. So you take this cap off while the car's running and while the car is cold. It has to be cold. And if this not bubbling, that's a good sign. Real good sign so far, okay? Always check your oil. I like to see the oil old. Let me know you're not hiding nothing. When these cars at the auction and they got brand new oil changes, it kind of raised a red flag with me. But so far, this car checks out. All right, to use these things, it's normally going to be a connecting point under the steering wheel. For this car, it sits right here. This is the connecting point for the OBD reader. So I put the OBD reader on. Go ahead and do a diagnostic test. I'm testing the engine. Read trouble codes. Read current codes. Aha! See? Even though the check engine light is not on, but we have a manifold pressure currently high on this car. So even though that the check engine light is not on, the computer in the car is already reading a problem with the manifold pressure. Okay? Current, it says the current is high. I'm about to look up that code. We'll do that here in a minute. All right, we got it now. That's a manifold absolute pressure sensor. Here's the picture of it, where it's at under the car. It's just a sensor. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive it. Sensor's not that bad to replace, but I will keep that in count when or if we decide to bid for this car. I'm already seeing that the AC is not blowing cold. It is blowing out of the vents, but it's not blowing cold. So that could be several things. It could need an AC compressor. It could need just some simple Freon, but we don't know that yet until we dig into that. But the AC is not blowing cold. All right, let's check our windows. All the windows work. No sunroof, so we got to worry about that. Let's check our motor mounts. Hold the brake down and go from reverse to drive. Drive, reverse. Drive, reverse. This car's not jerking at all, so I think the motor mounts is pretty good. Sometimes you can get the motor mounts mixed up with the transmission, but that's how you check your motor mounts. You go from drive to reverse, and you see how hard the car jerks. All right. This is actually pretty decent car. Some small stuff you got to work on. They got that sensor, you know, and you just got to know these things when you are coming out here to the auction and getting these cars. You just need to know what you're getting into. I'm not trying to say that the sensor, you need to walk away from it, because if you got the ability like I do to fix it, then, you know, that's not really a big problem for me, you know. But knowing that I need to fix it before I buy it is very important, because I need to make my price match that. Okay. Mechanically, I think this car is pretty good. Replace that little sensor, and you got to figure out what's going on with the AC. And when you're doing that, you wanna inspect the worst. Inspect the worst. You know, I don't do no guessing when it comes to what's wrong. I'm going to the worst. I'm going to automatically assume that it needs a AC compressor. If it only needs Freon, then that's good for me. But I'm going to quote it for a whole compressor, because that's like my worst case scenario. Other than that, it's pretty good. So on this car, I would down price it for the AC compressor and that sensor, and of course they all need details. So okay, next we got up this Hyundai Sonata right here, and it has 98,000 miles on it, so that's some good miles. Let's see what it looked like now. The auction is telling me that it's a 3.0, which is pretty good. So let's see. Start to look around to see if anything pops out to you first. You know, we're gonna need some tires already. See that look like that's some rust. So now my eyes is looking for rust now. I see a little bit of rust on that emerald, but she ain't good. Look at this. See, this shouldn't be no 3 with a nail holding your bumper on like this. That shouldn't be a 3. See, this is why you have to come out here to this auction and do your homework, because this right here disqualifies this car for being a 3.0. Just that alone, that's too much. You know, a nail. You see a nail, like, you know. But the guy who inspected it probably never even seen that. He got so many cars to inspect, so they just run through. That's why you got to come out here and do your own homework. Okay, next up we have this 2015 Nissan Altima. Let's go ahead and see what it's going to do. I like the miles on it. It has 77,000 miles on it, so that's pretty low on the miles for 2015. But let's see how it does. Tires are bald. Gonna need new tires. Walk through it. Like whoever did this, right? They did a pitch poor job with their painting. Look at this. They painted over the emerald and all this stuff here, right? I don't really like the way that look. This is loose. Oh, let's see what's up with this door. Okay, the door did close. Look at the inside. But that could be fixed, but this is loose. Now, this car has been poorly taken care of. In fact, the cosmetics is just so bad. I may not even want to deal with that. Look, this differential, that's replaced. Yeah, it's just too much. It doesn't really matter if the engine is good, right? I don't sell cars that I wouldn't buy. If I wouldn't buy it, I'm not gonna sell it. That's just how I am. All right, let's move on. Yeah, you gotta check everything me coming out here at this auction. I see right now, like this light here is out. It's working on one side and not the other. See, one thing I can tell you about this auction, the one thing you don't check is the one thing that ain't gonna be working. All right, so let's cut the lights on. AC blowing cold. Engine already checked out. Car's pretty clean. This is it's a Hyundai Elantra with 118,000 miles on it. Good miles. Already checked the engine. Everything is good. That time. Let's get on that. Yeah, everything checks out. Okay. Let's look at these lights again. I did see a dent. Yeah, clearly this light over here is not working. So that's gonna have to be fixed, front light. I don't know if it's a bulb or it could be an electrical problem. I did see a little dent right here. But I bid accordingly. Let's do the test drive. To the left, pretty good. To the right. I'm gonna do more videos like this where I can get it on the track and really like show you the road test properly. But this auction doesn't have a track, so you gotta make do with the little bit of road that we got. Yeah, this car brakes are pretty good. AC real cold. I got to even cut it down, to be honest with you. Like I said, I'm in Florida. It's a must. That what you hear is the seat belt. So let me go ahead and put that on so it'll shut up. Okay. All right, let me see, can I get a little stop? Engine sound good, nice and smooth, little small car, man. Something good, maybe somebody want to do some Uber Eats, man. Maybe a little bit of Walmart runs, run some medical carrier, something like that. This would be a great car for that, simply because it's small, it's easy on gas, you know. You can make your money right back off it. And that's how we got to start thinking, man, you know, in today's economy, man. You got to come up with different ways to make incomes. One income is not enough these days. You need multiple streams of income. Yeah. Nice. You know, all the tires need air in them. Yeah, I like this car. Yeah, we'll make a bid on this. A couple of small things need to be fixed, like most cars that you get from the auction, but nothing too heavy. Okay, let's see how it goes.
Family van, let's roll next. Ride away, Harbor Fair gonna make your day. Buy a car, rent a car, lease 1, 2, we'll take